quarter. Could be an interesting fourth quarter. Lehman got their 17 points in the first half. Offensive touchdown, field goal, defensive touchdown, and 2 kicked extra points. Staub's in motion to the left. They're back to throw, deliver the football out here a little bit too tall from Adamson to Probinski. The timepiece stops at 25 seconds. We'll go to second down 10.
Kenny had his man open, but just too tall out there. It's a surprise a little bit they went to the pass the way Staub's been running the football. He's now over 140 yards.
Well, Staub's went in motion and pretty well was out of the play. See if they might do that at some future juncture and throw him the football. Dump it off to him. This will be Staub's following his lead blocker into the hole. Looks to have gotten about half of what he needed. Shackner, Eikenberry, Cisco, all in on that play as the gain is to the 23. Third down and a little bit north of 5 yards to go. 3, 2, 1. Third quarter's in the book. We've got 12 decisive minutes yet to play. Lehman with the luxury of a touchdown conversion plus lead of 9 points. Let's salute the remainder of our sponsors here this evening at Piqua for one final time. People's Federal Savings and Loan Association of Sydney, Anna, and Jackson Center, along with the new Walmart Super Center in West Sydney. Quite a location, a lot of activity. They'd love to see you at People's Federal. Myers Garage and Drive-Thru Carry-Out in Newport. Super Subbies, subs, salads, and chili, also near that Walmart location. Freshway Foods, welcome aboard, along with Dave Wilson State Farm Insurance. Ernst Sporting Goods of Sydney, Piqua, Minster, and Versailles. Holiday Inn of Sydney and Holiday Inn Express of Troy and Huber Heights. First National Bank of New Bremen, Sydney, Botkins, and Wapakoneta. Bunny's Pharmacy, Goffney Furniture. AAA Shelby County with Travel to Paradise. Geyers Chrysler in Fort Loramie. Medicine Shop Pharmacy. Minster Bank. Salmon Electric. Tooling Technology of Fort Loramie. Ratterman Custom Home Builders. Shelby Landscaping, and F.D. Lawrence Electric. Great lineup of sponsors with us tonight for the Cavaliers and all season long. Quarter number 4, the decisive one, just about to get underway here in Piqua. The coaching debut of Jeff Udelnake at Lehman against 31-year veteran Jim France, who's also the principal at Manchester High School. Quarterback back to throw. That's Adamson. Unloads against the grain. Just missed 2 would-be interceptors, and at the same time, just missed his own Mark Yoakum, Mike, who had a lot of real estate in front of him.
Boy, you can see every coach in the stand going, no, don't throw the ball. Threw it across the field that way, and then it went through 2 defenders' hands, and I thought, oh no, they're going to get a big play out of this. But incompletion, 4th down, and that may be a big play for the Cavaliers here, because the punting game has not been very effective for Akron here tonight, averaging about 30 yards a kick.
Zach Smith will be the punter. Gets a good snap. Kicks it, it's blocked. Boy, that thing never had a prayer. 42, Palmer. Punt is being advanced up to the 35. Let's see how that's ruled. It's being marked dead at that point. It was blocked. Picked up. I think you got to go back. Yeah, that's what Sam Licklider's saying. Absolutely. Because you have forfeited your possession at the point that the foot hits the ball. You can't, that would have to be caught by the other team and fumbled for that type of activity to take place. So, Mike, this is huge for Lehman. A 9-point lead. They need to hit the end zone. Field goal would do almost nothing for them.
Once again, Mark Palmer on that block.
Against a team that doesn't appear to have much of a kicking game. They need to hit the end zone, and if they do that, the lead would be 15. At that point, do you go for 2 to try to put it out of reach? Or go for 1 where you might put it out of reach, and your very worst outcome at that point would be overtime. I think one might be the ticket. Because for a team to score twice and add two twice, not real likely. There's going to be some dialogue with the Akron coach, with Sam Licklider, regarding the previous award of the football, but there's no way that can be picked up and advanced. They'll talk about that across the way as we've got a good look at that. Sam Licklider, who has made explanations like that to anywhere from Dean Smith to Lou Carnesecca to Gary Williams. Whole bunch of folks during the years that he worked a very high level of NCAA basketball, both regular season and tournament. He got a lot of assignments with Bobby Knight, too. A lot of them. When we first started broadcasting, Mike and I, in the late 70s, Licklider was breaking in, really at that time at about the Mid-American Conference level. We would still see him in high school in a lot of the better tournament games at the UD Arena. And this is his first time back in football since '82. Akron will take timeout with 11:42 to play. We will seize that opportunity to tell you that if you're looking for new furniture or bedding for your home, there's no better time than now during Goffney Furniture's 3-day hot sale. Save 30 to 60% on Goffney's huge selection of top quality brand names for every room in your home. Plus, get free 6 months, no payment, no interest financing on qualified purchases. Goffney Furniture has been West Central Ohio's choice for quality, selection, and service for 60 years. A mile and a half west of I-75, State Route 47 in Sidney. Check them out online at Goffney Furniture, one word, capital or whatever, GOFFENAFURNITURE.com. GoffneyFurniture.com.
Probably worth a timeout to make sure that's a crucial call right there, just to make sure the officials were sure of their call.
I don't think the guy who marked the ball initially was. Dembski wants to throw. Looks, got his man Hewitt, the 10, the 5. The Cavaliers are in the promised land. Touchdown, Lehman. And that should help to decide the issue. Sager will try the PAT that would put Lehman up by 16 points, and that would look very good at this juncture. 23-8, Dembski will hold at the 10. There's the boot. That thing, when it goes through, is almost as high as the top of the upright, which I would believe this is a standard post, so that would be 30 feet in the air. He really gets that thing elevated, which very, very important with the on-rushing lineman. 11:35 to go. Mike, let's recapture our scoring in outline form and say that Lehman's looking pretty good with most of the fourth quarter to play.
Oh, really needed that spark. Lehman had scored 3 times in the first half on a Jim Dembski 1-yard run and a Sager 19-yard field goal, and then right before half with the interception by Cisco, and went up 17-0. Really no scoring till late in that third quarter when finally Colby Stobbs ran it in from 10 yards out, and then the 2-point conversion by Stobbs, and 17-8 all of a sudden. But Lehman on the block punt on the first play following the timeout. Hewitt gets the receiving end of a pass from Dembski 22 yards out, and has reestablished things for the Cavaliers as they lead now 24-8.
Hewitt, who's had a hard time running the ball this evening, does a good job on the receiving end right there, coming out of the backfield, and a well-thrown ball from Jim Dembski. Sager automatic on his PAT kick.
For the Panthers, kicking for the Cavs, Justin Sager.
And Manchester needs a long return. Sager will kick it off from the north 40, headed south. There's the boot. That'll be a punch. Will that stay in bounds? Yes, it will. It's kicked around. Loose at the 25. Looks like Akron's on the football. Over there to pick that up is 37, Zach Smith.
Mark Palmer
Actually, Smith trying to pick the ball up on the run and kick the ball forward.
Played soccer with it.
It's a smart thing and falling on the ball and
10 on their own 25.
put his team in a position to go 1st and 10 from their own 25.
11 and a half minutes to play. They'll go to the deep man, Stobbs. He'll try to cut it back inside, and I got to think, Mike, you'll see Lehman keying on him quite a bit as Brady Bates is in on the stop, but by no means was he the only Cavalier in the area.
Well, Lehman would not be happy if they drove the ball down the field. They would be happy if it took them about 8 minutes to drive it down the field.
Oh, they'd be thrilled with that.
They'll give up a couple 3 yards. Just don't want to give up the big yardage.
2nd and 7, I formation. Stobbs cuts it to the outside, runs over a couple of folks, gets past Henson. Do we have a face mask? It's definitely thrown at the area of the tackle up at the 35-yard line. It is a face mask against Lehman. And in high school, that rule has been modified in the last few years to go 5 or 15. It will be 5. Also modified and new for this year is running into the kicker or holder now can either be 5 or 15. That was such a major rule change that this is the first time in memory that there were no rule interpretation meetings held this year. They'll be every other year.
First down, though, for Akron as they're on the move.
1st and 10 at the 40. Motion to the right side. They don't give to Stobbs. Instead, it's the first man through. That'll be Neely, 43. Tripped up, Barhorst. Palmer also there for Lehman. That'll be good for 8. It's 2nd and 2, and by no means is this football game over, although you do like Lehman's position. If Akron scores and doesn't get 2, the game might be over.
Barhorst coming out again limping, and Nick Shappy back in for him as he's trying to go and look at a gimpy knee or ankle, one of the two.
Yeah, absolutely. High formation once again. Stobbs follows Neely into the hole. Eikenberry and a couple of others will stop him after a gain of 3, but they only needed 2. The chains move with 9:38 to play. Cavaliers 24, Panthers 8 on the beautiful Paul Sherry scoreboard at the south end of Alexander Stadium. And when they have the full complement of operators here, you have a 25-second play clock, you have graphics on the scoreboard, messages. Tonight mainly just the Lehman logo. Here is a power I right formation. I believe the first time we've seen that. Back to throw, unload out into the flat. That'll miss everybody. Adamson was looking over there for Yoakum. Turned him around. Cisco defended, incomplete. 2nd down 10. 48-yard line on Lehman's half of the turf. Rick Shackner now down on the sidelines, out of your view, talking to defensive back Adam Hewitt. As we take a good look at Akron Manchester coming to the line, they now, instead of a power eye, go with a straight eye. There's one of our good looks straight down the line of scrimmage. Hand off this way to Stobbs, cuts it back in. He runs over Judy. That's a pretty powerful runner. He'll get it to the 43-yard line. He'll still need 5. It's 3rd and 5.
They list him at 6 foot, 190 pounds. He is very strong at that weight.
No, he sure is. 3rd down 5, and with this game situation, you may as well say that about anywhere on the field is 4-down territory.
He's at 162 yards now, Dave, and certainly.
How many since intermission, Mike?
He had 40 at intermission, so
okay.
122 since then.
They go with the eye once again. They need 5. Stobbs in motion. They're back to throw. They set up the screen over the middle. It's a tight end screen to Vlaticek. First time I've stuttered on that one tonight, but I did a good job there. He's picked up a 1st down with a tackle by Henson on the play, carrying inside the 34-yard line. This is taking some time. Like we say, if Manchester doesn't score right away, but still scores, and then doesn't add 2, That may end the game. For all intents and purposes, motion this way again with Stobbs. Pump fake. That ball's thrown over in the vicinity of 3 people, caught out of bounds. Lehman had that pretty well defended as they were looking for Rutan over there, number 5. A ball that was so much up for grabs, you wondered when it was first released if there might not be the potential for about a 63-yard touchdown the other way.
Well, a good thing he threw it to the sideline. That there was only going to be a reception by his man or no one, because everybody was out of bounds over there.
Clock stopped for the 8-minute warning.
Not sure everybody was on the same playlist there. It looked like they were trying to set up another screen pass. Now Lehman's going to take another timeout.
Cavaliers take time, and Rick Schackner this time comes out to talk to the defense. Shelby Landscaping at Russell and 29 south of Lehman High School in Sydney is ready to tackle your new projects and renovations, even around pools, patios, and decks. They also specialize in vinyl and chain link fencing. Visit Shelby Landscaping's extensive garden center. You know, fall is a great time to plant trees from their great selection. That's Shelby Landscaping. We're pleased to have them on our Lehman Cablecast this fall, located at Russell and 29 in Sydney.
Today the Cavaliers holding on 24-8. And even though some of the statistics may not look like they've controlled the game, they really have controlled the football game. They've made the big plays, whether it be an interception or a big pass play. They have been the team that's come up with the big play in this football game. And Akron looking at a long ride home here unless they come up with some big scores in the last 8 minutes.
Well, it's only fair because any team from around here that makes the state final has to go over there.
Yeah.
Canton or Massillon, that's in the same neck of the woods. This will be Stobbs. Badgett got a pretty good hit, so did Judy. There's Henson, maybe a couple of other folks. Good job there stopping that at the 30-yard line, setting up 3rd down 6. Clock on the move. By the time of the snap, we will have about 7 minutes and 20 seconds left to play in the contest.
That was his 24th carry of the ball game. He's going to be very restful tonight on the way home.
Yeah. I'd venture to say that part of his night's sleep will be booked by the time they get back to Stark County.
Yes.
There's the snap. Back to throw, a little bit too tall over there, as Rutan was the intended target of Adamson. Ball's incomplete, and Akron Manchester has to have this next play for at least 6 yards, or you can pretty well take care of things here tonight. And even if they do, they've got to score, get 2, score, get 2, and at that point they're only looking at overtime if indeed Lehman would then be unable to score for the balance of the night.
Yeah, that was a surprising play to me a little bit. I'd give it to him 2 more times.
Right, 2 shots to do it, Mike.
Yeah. Although the pass was open, they've been running the ball pretty effectively, though.
Adamson, who's been operating a quarterback, we think it was just a straight switch at quarterback. Adamson to throw. That's incomplete, knocked away over there by Badgett. They just tried a quick screen to one of the wideouts, Finch. Badgett knocked it away. Didn't play the receiver, played the ball all the way, knocked it loose. Cavaliers take over, and if they can control the ball to any degree, they're in great shape.
That was not going to be a first down even if it had been caught.
That's right.
Unless they had something up their sleeve and a trick, but
I didn't see anybody coming around for a lateral.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're looking at some basic football, although Hewitt will split. See if Badgett might get this first call, maybe over left guard. There it is. He's got some yardage. 35, 40. Second and very short. That'll lead up an extra play. That's a great situation not to get a first down.
Right.
Also Mark Yoakum.
Nothing beats second and less than 1. It'll be timeout, Akron Manchester. It comes with 7:06 to go. Lehman leading 24-8. First Star can help you really score. First Star offers great installment loan rates and the terms you want. Need a new minivan for tailgating? Want to catch a little football on your new home entertainment system? Have some tuition bills to tackle? First Star has the best loan rates, outstanding customer service, and timely turnaround. So touch down at one of the convenient First Star offices near you. First Star is the bank without boundaries, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Akron using their second timeout, more so to stop the clock than I think any great strategy here. Lehman facing, well, they gave him a first down on that play.
That's surprising. I didn't think he got to the 40. I know he didn't. Whatever.
I'm not sure. I don't think Akron thought that. Well, maybe they would have called a timeout. They said they're more interested in keeping the clock stopped than they are strategy at this point.
Football signaled, ready for play. Motion left. Padgett again gets the call, breaks it back to the right, gets by Luke Aliardi. 50-45 out of bounds. Let's make that Hewitt. Excuse me. That's a nice piece of running right there, and some good running instinct when he started between the left guard and the left tackle and broke it back to the right. We really had a great view looking straight down that play. Lehman's picked up another first down. That stops the clock until the snap of the ball since the play carried out of bounds. We have 6:59 left, and it appears that Lehman's going to win a very big football game. And of course, after they shake hands tonight, Lehman's going to wish these folks best of luck in going 9-1, because they don't play one more team on Lehman's schedule, as you might imagine, being from 4 hours away. Hewitt gets about 3, meaning that every game Akron-Manchester would win would in no way penalize any secondary computer points on Lehman's schedule. That, of course, would not be true with the way a number of the other opponents for Lehman commingle, including the one next week in New Bremen. Padgett is straight behind the quarterback. And he takes the football, dive left in behind Judy. Got a tough yard. It'll go to third down and between 6 and 7 for the first.
Padgett 10 carries for 42 yards. Hewitt now with the last couple of runs has moved into the positive side of things. He's carried the ball tonight for 17 yards, and it's been a rough 17 yards. He's been a marked man in the Cavalier offense.
Split backs. Dembski wants to throw. Sager. Throw him the football. That'll be pass interference at the 31-yard line. Up to defend Sager was 30, Mark Yoakum, and the ruling is he got there just a bit early. 15-yard penalty and a first down. That may seal the deal right there. In fact, that it gives Lehman an automatic first down, automatic from the standpoint of the yardage being sufficient. And that's not to say that Manchester down 16 had a great opportunity anyway, but this certainly helps push the process for the Cavs. Sam Licklider signaling first down in the middle of your screen.
First down for the Cavs.
And Dan's given us a good look at things tonight, and boy, we got this place in Troy, the lighting makes it awfully easy to work here in terms of getting that good light once you got the good shots. It's Padgett loose. Looked like he was headed for the end zone, but only got to the 14. He was ankle tackled at that point.
Number 35, Josh Fiesler.
Fiesler made the play. It's another Lehman first down. Just love the video we get at these two stadiums where we work in Miami County. Now, by the time of this snap, we will have about 5:10 to play. Sager split right. Look for Lehman to stay on the ground. Hewitt is directly behind his quarterback, Dembski. Cisco goes in motion. This is Hewitt following the motion. Cuts back. He'll get inside the 10 down to the 9-yard line. Stopped by Jacob Grant, 75. Clock continues to move. The next snap will show that we have about 4.5 minutes remaining. Football at the 9-yard line. They need to get just over 5 yards for a first down. Motion this way, hand off Padgett, breaks it outside, will get to the 5, just outside of a first down. Lehman will face 3rd down 1.
Patch it off the left side. Stop by
3rd and 1, or not even 3rd and 1. That football is at about the 4-yard line. Boy, that might be about a foot. Or has he got it?
No, they're marking it short.
3rd down 1.
Short by a foot. See if Dembski takes it straight ahead. Don't see a whole lot of reason to do anything else. There's nobody in that gap just to the left. They'll give it off to Hewitt. He'll cut in, won't get a touchdown, but does have a fresh set of 4 at about the 2. 1st and goal Lehman with this issue basically decided.
Interesting to see what Lehman's thinking might be really a short week. They got to turn around and play next Friday in school and see how the week of preparation is.
Well, they've got a coach who's used to it because he did it all the time when he played in high school. And as an NFL player, he played some Monday nights and had to come back the following Sunday because he definitely played on some teams that played on Monday night.
Oh, yeah.
Not so much New Orleans, but definitely the Dolphins and Washington Redskins. So we got a guy who should know something about it. They try Hewitt, or excuse me, that's Badgett. Trying the right side, he maybe got to the 1. That'll be about it. Next snap, we will be inside 3 minutes. Maxwell on the tackle. It'll be ruled outside the 1. 2nd and goal, Lehman. Cavs up 24-8. Icing on the cake, potentially waiting in the south end zone. There's the Akron defensive front. Manchester 10-2 last year, but Mike, you were saying this would be the 3rd straight year they've lost their opener.
That's what some of their folks said up here earlier at halftime.
Well, they must not be much of an August team, but the rest of the time looks pretty good. This will be Hewitt, 2nd effort, end zone. He's in for the touchdown, and that will seal the deal. Lehman looking for point 31 on the PAT by Justin Sager out of the Jim Dembski hold with 2:36 left. Down, the kick is up. That once again has a bunch of everything on it, and it lands between the high jump pit and the track and goes to the back fence. Cavaliers lead 31-8. They will go 1-0 on the season. We'll look forward to joining Lehman up at New Bremen next Friday night for a Saturday morning 9 a.m. playback. Our next Sydney telecast would be the following week, also with the Saturday morning 9 a.m. playback. Mike, Lehman hit a lull in the 3rd quarter, but essentially tonight quarters 1, 2, and 4 have been a pretty high quality.
It has, and really, despite Akron being able to run the ball a little bit with 1 player, Lehman, as I said, I felt they were in control of the football game. They made the big plays. They made the big plays on offense, made the big plays on defense, and really took the starch out of Akron late in the 3rd quarter, and said it's a long ride home. And Lehman is a nice job tonight to post a 31-8 lead here with just 2:36 left, and a good opening win for a new head coach.
Absolutely. And the number of the crowd filing out, but this has just been an excellent crowd on this side of the field. Justin Sager will kick it off with 2:36. Here's the boot. Line drive will be picked up at the 18-yard line. Advance forward to the 30, up to about the 35. Zach Smith make it the 37 with a late flag coming in from behind. We've got a personal foul against Lehman. That'll be worth 15 more. 31-8, Cavaliers lead by 23. New Bremen, then Versailles. On the docket the next couple of weeks, and then Riverside in week 4. Versailles, a nice win over Brookville in opening week. I don't recall who Riverside played, but I remember seeing them on the short end last night. 2:28 to go. Again, under center is Adamson. Motion comes this way with Stobbs. Adamson unloads.